Audio test 1 2 3. So hello and welcome back to Go Again Gaming. My name is AZZ, and today it's not a flesh and blood video. I've got a new setup, so I could be looking over there, could be looking over there, but yeah, I should be looking here. So it's not a flesh and blood video today. It's a unboxing video of a game that I backed a long time ago, surely because I used to play the hell out of it when I was little. Albeit I shouldn't have done. It was a 15 rated game back then, and I remember getting the PS1 demo, and I used to play it all the time because the Resident Evil demo that you used to get in the sort of PlayStation magazines, they were sort of time limited, which meant that you could only play for a certain amount of time, or you could only get to a certain stage, and then the game would shut down and start again, and bring you back to the menu. Where you had to then select your game again or start the same game again, basically. So yeah, I just thought I would unbox it on this channel. I mean, this is my platform now. So, I'm a massive nerd. I love board games, I love card games. As you can see in the background there, it's an absolute mess. But I've got Magic the Gathering decks, I've got Flesh and Blood cards. You can see underneath me here some board games. So, I might do more of this depending on the feedback that it gets. And I think there's going to be a lot of crossover between all of us. We're not just going to like Flesh and Blood. Red Zone Rogue did a fantastic video the other day. I think it was today, actually, he did it. That sort of explained about how the community is crossing over in so many different areas and how everybody's here to support each other. So I'm assuming that, not just me, not just you, are going to have interests in other areas such as this. So who knows, this channel is all about Flesh and Blood, really, but you might see little things like this. You might see a little bit of extra stuff trickling in here and there, depending on what I'm doing or what I'm getting or what is coming across my desk at the time. So thanks for joining me, and yeah, I'm going to be unboxing the Kickstarter edition for Resident Evil 3, the board game. This is by Steamforged Games, which is actually a UK-based company, so it got to me very, very quickly. I got an email today, email yesterday from Parcel Force, and I was like, I'm not expecting anything from Parcel Force. What could that possibly be? And then I realised, oh, it's coming from Manchester, which is the Steamforged HQ. And yeah, hey presto, Resident Evil 3, the board game, is here, finally. I think it was 2 years ago I backed this, so it's mental like how quickly that time goes. So it's going to be, it probably would have been quicker if it wasn't due to obviously the global pandemic, but we do have it now. We do have it. So this is the box that it came in. So it's a big box, it's quite heavy. So let me just put this on here. I will open it very, very quickly so you can't see my address, basically, because I don't want that all over the internet, although you can probably see it. Never mind. I trust you all. So let me just open this little box. So the box is open. I should be able to get away with that. There we go. So let me just switch down to the other camera. So there's a big box on the screen. You can't really see what's going on right now because there's a massive box on the playmat. And to be fair, this setup might not even get all of the stuff on here, so I might have to show you each thing individually. But we will see. We will see. The camera is only like not even a meter above the desk. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, let's open it up then, shall we? There we go. I'm not sure if you can see inside there. I certainly can. I'm looking at the screen. Let's get that out of there. There we go. Lovely old job. So this is literally what comes in the box. I don't know what this is. What's this? Oh, it's the Resident Evil 1 mansion, isn't it? Is that the Resident Evil 1 mansion? The very, very start of the Resident Evil games, you appear in this mansion. Oh, there we go. There we go. Resident Evil, the board game. Coming autumn 2021 to Kickstarter. There we go. That makes sense. There's an advertisement in the actual box for the original version of this Resident Evil board game coming to Kickstarter. Will we back it? Will we back it? We will see. So obviously you get that. Nice little advert for the upcoming game. And then we got some stuff here. So we got this, which is the Last Escape expansion. So I don't know what that is. Obviously we'll get to that at some point. You can't even see it because it's too close. So yeah, you got the Last Escape expansion. So what was that? What does that say? So that says, look at all these angles going on. You can see reflections of my face and everything. Very interactive. This was your last escape, your last chance to find a way out of the city to make it out with your lives and reach freedom. But yours wasn't the only story. That fateful night, I can't even read it. It's too blurry. But there you go. We'll have a look and see what's in that in a bit. We'll take that out of the box for now. Then we've got the Kickstarter exclusives. I don't even know what these are. Extra characters or extra stuff, but it's not very weighty. I don't know what's in there. I don't know what is in there. We'll see. Kickstarter exclusives. And then we have the actual game, which is in the bottom of the box here. I can't get it out. This is awkward. Right, let's get this box off the table. You don't need to see any more of this cardboard. Let's get this off. Oh, webcam's gone everywhere. I have to readjust in a minute. There's a knife on the table there, as you can see. That's what I was using to get the. That's what I was using to get the box open. It's not there just for show. Let me just see if I can readjust this quickly. You might see a little bit of my legs there, but never mind, eh? It's not a porno. Right then, so let me just open this box. Right, this is a pain. There we go. Right, so let's get this out. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Lovely old job. So it's quite a large box. It's bigger than most. If I try and make a comparison, it's not as big. It's not as thick. Well, there's a little bit of extra room in there. That's a bit concerning. You can see that there. That line. It's like the lid doesn't fit on the box. So that's a bit concerning. I guess we'll see how that turns out. But if I just get Talisman out as a comparison, you can see that this box is definitely larger in thickness than a normal sort of board game size box. So it's definitely got more stuff in there, which is interesting. So just a nice little comparison there for you. Okay, so yeah, let's open this now then. So yeah, it's quite big. Steamforged games. I've got another Steamforged game as well. I've got Dark Souls, the board game, but I didn't actually back that, although I thought I did. I thought I did back Dark Souls, and if you would have backed that from Steamforged, you would have got loads of extra stuff, but I didn't actually do that. And also, Steamforged did also do a Monster Hunter campaign recently, and I was going to back that as well, but I can't back everything, unfortunately. I was going to, but I didn't in the end. Surely because Monster Hunter has so many different creatures, enemies, and the base game just didn't seem to cover it all. That's the problem with Kickstarter, is that they lure you in with an IP like this. They lure you into it, but then they make you have to pay all the additional extras to make sure you get all the content to the game, which is, you know, it's like that sort of microtransaction bollocks that's, you know, plaguing the video game industry at the moment, is the microtransactions. And Kickstarter does suffer with that sort of stuff at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. So let's open this then. Look at that, you've got loads of plastic in there, but it seems like also a lot of wasted space. Look, all this is empty. Wow, there's a lot of wasted space in there, so that's quite concerning. And this doesn't even have any pieces in it. No, I did not just capture this on camera. Surely not. Surely not. Surely that's empty. So that's a game tray. So that's a tray for your pieces, but there's nothing in there. So does that mean that there's nothing in there at all? Or is it underneath the actual... Yeah. So let's put that to the side. So you've got a game tray there. That's concerning. There's not much light on this, is there? Is that better? Or is it just overexposed? It's just overexposed really, isn't it? There we go. That's a little bit better, I guess. I'm a little bit more exposed now, but never mind. So yeah, we've got a game tray, but no pieces inside it. So I'm assuming that the actual stuff is underneath the actual box. Right? I guess we'll find out. So we've got a couple of miniatures here. So open these, shall we? So we've got... who's this? I think that's Mikhail. I think that's Mikhail. I'm not sure. I think that's Mikhail. Then we've got Jill Valentine, obviously. Nice Jill Valentine miniature. It's not probably focusing very well. No, I don't know how to do that. Jill Valentine miniature. It's not focusing, is it? No, but you'll get the gist. Then we've got no, that's Mikhail. That must be Carlos. Yeah, so you got the four mercenaries. You got Carlos, Jill, Mikhail, and Nikolai. So they're all in. They're those characters there. There's a couple of blank spaces, which is a bit weird. A couple of blank spaces. It's just like you could have got this character, but we're going to leave it blank, which is a bit weird. Then we've got some zombies there. You've got some zombie ladies there, as you can see. We've got a couple of zombie dogs, which look quite cool. You can see like the rib cages and that. Can you see that? Probably not, really. Probably not, really. No. No, you can't really see that, can you? No, it's not high definition enough. Yeah, a couple of zombie dogs. Got four zombie dogs. Then you've got these like weird sort of mutated flea things. Do you remember these? These like big mutated fleas that jump on you and suck your blood. These things. They are giant mutated fleas. In the lore, they are giant mutated fleas. I must have said that about 3 times. There's a different pose there for another one. Like one that's sort of standing up, almost. Got a standing up giant flea. So yeah, got a couple of miniatures there. And then we've got some more here. So we got some male zombies. A couple of male zombies, like 10 of those. but more blank spaces as well. Look, more blank spaces for stuff that look like I could be missing, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see if I am missing anything, because I can only get the rule book out to find out what is actually in there. So we got the mercenaries, we've got lady zombies, zombie dogs, giant fleas, zombie males, and more zombie males in those miniature packs there. We've got, I don't know what those are, like a bag of black things, like little pegs. Maybe you put those in your character card sheet, potentially, those ones. And you got the dice. You got the dice here. So yeah, we've got a couple more extra miniatures there. So we've got this giant tunneling worm thingy, like a giant tunneling worm there. We've got Nemesis. Obviously, that's one of the most key things in the game. Nemesis with a bazooka. So Nemesis with the bazooka, and then we have Nemesis, which is slightly mutated here. So we've got Nemesis when I think it's in the clock tower, when you fight him in the clock tower at the end of the first sort of section of Raccoon City in that Resident Evil 3. You crash there. I think he shoots down your evacuation helicopter, and then he starts mutating like this, and all these tentacles and that come out of him, and you have to fight him underneath the clock tower, like the burning wreckage in the background. Very, very iconic bit of Resident Evil 3 there, when you have to fight that. Then we got some little cards here. So we've got equip. So we've got shotgun. You got unlocked downtown 2. So another good thing about this game is that I think it's fairly open world. So where it says unlocked downtown 2, you can sort of branch off into different areas of the map, which I think could be quite good. So it's going to be interesting to see how the open world sort of plays into it. But there's not many cards in here. So yeah, there's not many cards. I think these are all like... So these obviously got doors in them, so it signifies, you know, when you walk through the door in the old games, you walk through the door and there's something on the other side sometimes, and maybe that's like a event sort of deck where you have to draw every time you walk through a door, or every time at the end of your turn or something, you probably draw one of these and you resolve it to see what happens. It's always a crucial part of these games, is like random events that just screw you over in these sort of dungeon crawly type games. So we've got Nemesis version 1, Nemesis version 2, and we have a tunneler worm thingy, a couple more cards here. But apart from that, that is a lot of wasted space, but there is some stuff underneath, right? There we go. This game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. Violence and gore. So that basically is just a place to store your cards. Yeah, game trays. So it's a tray for the game, which comes in it. Justin Jackson sneaking in from work to say hi. So thanks for joining, Justin. Thanks for joining this non-flesh and blood video. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. It's good to see you. Hope you're enjoying your work day. But yeah, just a quick one, Justin, just while you're hanging around here. I've decided to just unbox this game on the channel, just to see if there's any sort of audience for it. I know a lot of us are geeks and nerds in other areas rather than just flesh and blood, so I just thought, why not? We'll unbox it on the channel, see what sort of response it gets, and maybe do more of this stuff in the future, although I do appreciate that a lot of you are flesh and blood players, so definitely stay tuned for more videos, because I'm going to be releasing a sort of documentary style visiting local game store that does flesh and blood cards and events in the UK very shortly. So definitely stay tuned to the channel over the next week or so. And yeah, you heard it here first, so you'll be the first to know, because you tuned in today. It's going to be a good video and a good series potentially of travelling around the UK and visiting game stores. So yeah, that's a games tray, so that can just go on the floor for now. Just while I explore the other content of this game. So yeah, this is a cool little touch. It's the same with the Dark Souls games as well. They included like a sheet that just said you died on there, just to, you know, give you the sort of same impression you get when the game is loading, or when when you die. it's the same with this. When you play the original Resident Evil 3, at the very, very start, when the game and the CD is loading, it just says, this game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. And this is actually a scene in the game that you actually walk through. So if you're not familiar with the old Resident Evil games, they are basically the graphics are like a backdrop, and you walk through that backdrop. A lot of the old survival horror games will just be that sort of pre-rendered background that you then walk through. And that is basically a scene from that very game. Jamie Sample, I got this today, as well as the pegs for the wheels. The pegs are for the wheels. Oh, okay. Yeah, it says wheels is there. Right, I haven't looked at that component yet, so I'm going to have to get to that in a bit. Justin Jackson, awesome. Looking forward to it. Yeah, that the Flesh and Blood series that I'm doing with the local game stores is going to be great. Given it continues, of course. I'm only doing it as a test thing, but maybe we'll see more from that. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. Don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, that's a nice little touch. The game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore, which is nice. So I'll put that on the floor for now. Then we've got the rule book, obviously. So we've got a massive rule book here, which just goes through all the rules of the game, and it looks nicely sort of spaced out, and loads of illustrations. So a lot of people with different learning styles can learn the game. You've got loads of words in there, you've got loads of characters in there, and it says the game contents there. So in the actual game, you do only get 4 characters: a Gravedigger, Nemesis Stage 2, Nemesis Stage 1, 4 zombie dogs, 2 drain demos, and 15 zombies. That is all you get in the course game, in the core game. Sorry. So that is one gripe that I have with Steamforged games, is that if you don't pay for everything, then you don't get the full game, which is a bit of a shame. So it's the same with Monster Hunter. So again, I'll go back to Monster Hunter, because I absolutely love Monster Hunter. I absolutely love Capcom games. And the Monster Hunter game series, or the Monster Hunter board game series that they've done, requires you to purchase extra add-ons in order to get the full experience. I absolutely despise that, because that is very much microtransaction style marketing tactics. And if you're paying for a game that is based on an IP, you want to have as much of that IP crammed into that game, crammed into that pledge that you pay for. You want to have all that bang for your buck, but these companies just don't do that, unfortunately. I'm not even looking the audience in the eye here, and I should be, because it's paramount that this stuff is absolute horse manure. So yeah, the fact that you have to pay probably what retail price of this game is going to be about £60, so about $70 maybe. Any Americans in the chat can correct me, but yeah, you're gonna be paying £60 to £70 for what? About 20 miniatures. And the variation here is not much, is it? Let's be honest. The game contents, you get 4 heroes. Yeah, that's fair enough. 4 heroes, 4 different styles of play potentially. But then you've got a Gravedigger, so that's one enemy type. Nemesis, Stage 1 and Stage 2 is probably just going to be different behaviours, so that's 2 enemy types. You got zombie dogs, which is a 3rd enemy type. You got the drain demos, which is a 4th enemy type, and you got the zombies, which is a 5th enemy type. So you got 5 enemy types in the core game. How much variation is that going to give you? How much variation is that going to give you? It's going to be interesting to maybe play this game and just see what you actually do, and whether the enemies play a big part, because there's not many of them. It's very much based on survival horror, so you don't really want to be running into enemies, I guess, when you can't help it. But still, there doesn't seem to be that much content in the base game. Jamie Sample, I got a pre-order version which had an expansion with spiders and crows plus 4 playable characters. Yeah, so Jamie, if you joined late to this chat, I also did get the Kickstarter edition. So I did get this version. the Kickstarter edition, which did actually come with the Last Escape expansion and the Kickstarter exclusives. So I imagine that's what you're referring to, Jamie, is the extra stuff, which I'm assuming I will get as well then. So yeah, you get a few extra things, and I do remember, the Kickstarter goals, the stretch goals being hit. So yeah, I'm missing that part of it. But again, just as a core purchase, I think that there should be more. Don't you? I think there should be more in this for the price that you pay. There should be more than 5 enemy variants, I think. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. But we'll see what reviews and stuff this game gets. Just out of a core box, we'll see. So yeah, we got the rule book, which is obviously nicely laid out, as I just mentioned there. That's very, very nicely laid out. So I'll just put that to the side. Then we also have the scenario booklet. So this is probably where all the variety comes from. Is this booklet here? So there's loads of different scenarios, loads of different things, loads of different setups and dungeons you can do as described here. You can probably play through this game as a campaign, or you can just do each scenario individually. Just down to what you want to do. It's completely up to you, I guess. But there also is like a open world variant as well, I think, with this campaign progression. So obviously you've got some stuff here that it says there that unlocked RPD1, unlocked commercial, unlocked uptown, and then you just progress through the different areas of the game, which I think is quite cool. So that is pretty cool. So yeah, I got the scenario booklet. So I imagine that's probably where all of the sort of variation is. Jamie, you're saying yes, so I imagine that's correct. I'm going to have the extra stuff. Yeah, so that's cool. Then we've got the tiles. So I won't go into this too much. For some reason, my webcam camera is a little bit frame ratey. I don't know why, but you can get the gist of what's going on here. But yeah, all these tiles. So this is quite cool as well. So you've got loads of different tiles in the game, which obviously make up all of your sort of explorations and stuff. So yeah, loads of different tiles, loads of different corridors. And these are all the tokens as well. So that's like the... so you said the wheels, Jamie? The wheels and the pegs are for these. Like you've got grenade launcher ammo, so that's quite cool. Obviously you click the wheels down to represent you running out of ammunition and stuff. So we got all those wheels there. Got some fire tokens, a big umbrella marker, and then we've got this. This thing here is alluding to the final battle between you and Nemesis when the helicopter goes down. So I imagine one of the scenarios is going to be get to the bell tower and try and get extracted before Nemesis kills you, and then when you get there he's going to shoot down your helicopter. There's going to be fire tokens everywhere, and you're going to have to fight him in this region here. So I imagine that's what the last scenario is going to be, is fighting stage 2 Nemesis. There he is, in that area there, like that. So I reckon that is what's going to happen, because that's in the game. You go to get evacuated, and then your helicopter gets shot down by Bazooka Nemesis Man, and then he mutates into Nemesis Stage 2, and then you fight him. So yeah, that's what I imagine that's going to be. And there was also, again, going back to my point about expansions. Well, the game actually charging you more for actual content, is that there was an additional expansion called the City of Ruin expansion. So there was an expansion called the City of Ruin expansion, which gave you the Nemesis Stage 3. So we don't even get Nemesis Stage 3 in this game or in the Kickstarter goals. We don't get that. We have to pay for that, which sucks. Which is it's a big issue that these Kickstarter games have, or it's a big issue that Steamforged games have, because they charge you more to unlock all of the game, which is a big shame. You only have to look at what they've done with the Monster Hunter campaign and the Dark Souls game prior. Bloodborne was different because that was Call Me or Not, and I think they handled that very, very well. I wish I'd backed that game when I had the chance to do so, because the Bloodborne game looked really, really cool, and there was so much content with that, and rightly so. It's a cool mini or not game. They knock it out of the park all the time. But yeah, let's not speak about them. We're speaking about this today. So yeah, that is what you get in the core game. So that is what you can come to expect for your money if you're just buying it off the shelf at a local game store. That is what you're going to get, just these things here. And I haven't actually played the game yet, so I can't really give you a review of the game because I haven't played it. But as a massive fan of this IP and this game, and the game and the PlayStation version game, I'm very much looking forward to playing it and seeing how it plays, because it's very much still going to capture, you know, the Raccoon City, going through and surviving enemies and stuff. And to be fair, you're not in the actual Resident Evil 3 game. You don't really come across that many sort of enemy variant types, to be honest. So they've included what they need to include, I guess, for a core game experience. But I just do think the marketing tactics here is, you know, put the very, very basic stuff in the core game and then just extract more money from the people if they want to get the extra stuff. But let's go into the Kickstarter stuff, which whoever who has backed this as a Kickstarter backer will get this extra stuff as well. So Jamie in the chat, you have backed this, so I'm sure this is what you're referring to. You said yes in the chat, so I imagine that's true. So yeah, let's get that out now. So first of all, we have these Kickstarter exclusives. So look how pitiful that is, though. That is what you get. Just this little box of Kickstarter exclusives. That is it. There's hardly anything in here. So yeah, I mean, it's not much, is it? Let's be honest. I don't know what that Last Escape expansion's about, but we'll see. So in this, we get a little tray full of extra minis. Yeah, so a couple of extra characters. So the Kickstarter exclusives, some of these are just skins, basically. So again, another thing, this is turning into an absolute moan fest, is skins for the characters. So you've got Jill Valentine here in like a different pose, wearing her sort of Stars outfit. Not Stars outfit, just like a RPD outfit, so Raccoon Police Department outfit. And then you've got Jill in her Stars outfit. With a pistol. So you've got different characters. You've got Mikhail there with his bazooka. So you've got the same characters but in different poses. Then you've also got another skin there, Jill Valentine in what seems to be some sort of weird sort of formal outfit almost. I must have missed that completely. But yeah, well, one of these is a Kickstarter exclusive. All of these are Kickstarter exclusives, should I say, that are the same characters but in different poses. So I don't know what the purpose is really of that. I would rather have extra mechanics or extra enemies or extra things that you can play against or fight against instead of just aesthetic add-ons. But I could be wrong, you know. But we'll see. So that's one of the things. The Kickstarter exclusives are just full of extra skins for the characters, and then we've got the Last Escape box here. So I don't know what this is, but yeah, it feels a bit more weighty. So maybe we'll see some extra stuff in here. So let's open this box now. And if you're in the chat, are you a fan of board games? I mean, there's 6 viewers in the chat. Well, 7 viewers now. Probably one's going to drop off soon, but never mind. But yeah, so are any of you fans of board games? If so, what board games do you like to play? I'll be interested to know, because obviously this channel was very much based on Flesh and Blood content. So I'd love to know what people like playing that's not Flesh and Blood. Speak up in the chat. That'd be great. I'd love to know what people like to play other than Flesh and Blood, even though Flesh and Blood is where it's at right now with regards to TCGs, in my opinion. So yeah, we got this. Let me just move this box out of the way so we can see what is in the Last Escape box. So we've got the Last Escape box as well. So let's move this knife out of the way. So I don't know what this is. So this is, it's got a whole extra rule book with it. Look, a whole extra rule book. So you've got a big giant spider in there. So that's what, Jamie, you were alluding to? Jamie, you've said Hunted Hill. So you mean Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill. No, Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill, right? This one, the one I've got behind me. You can't even see it. Betrayal at House on the Hill. Is that what you're on about? Because that is a classic. If anybody likes board games, that is one that you probably play. It's like a gateway game really to board games. Is Betrayal at House on the Hill? Is that what you mean, Jamie? So yeah, we got a introduction to this. This is basically, I don't know what this is. So you've got game contents here. So yeah, as Jamie was saying, we've got some characters. We've got Barry, Tyrell, Brad Vickers, and Advanced Tyrell, Marvin Branner, Dario Russo, and Murphy Seeker. And we've got a couple more enemies in here. We've got 2 giant spiders, 2 brain suckers, and 4 crows. So yeah, this gives you more stuff, but it just pains me to say that you're not going to get this if you buy the core game, which sucks. So yeah, you got advanced characters, you got new characters, advanced characters, switching characters, permanent death, crows. You got poison in this game now. Total Talk, thanks for joining the chat. Total Talk is saying Imperial Assault is my favourite board game. Yeah, so Imperial Assault is basically a dungeon crawl Star Wars game. It's probably the best way to describe it. It's based on the Descent mechanics, Descent Journeys in the Dark. Is that right? Is it based on that sort of mechanics? Because that's a fantastic game as well. Descent Journeys in the Dark. But yeah, Total Talk says that Imperial Assault was a great game. Yeah, I agree with that. Daniel Lauf, thanks for joining the chat as well. Warhammer Quest from the 90s was really great. So Warhammer Quest. What's Warhammer Quest? I haven't heard of that before. Unless Warhammer Quest was the... that wasn't the game with the discs, was it? No, because it was from the 90s, so I must be thinking of Warhammer Quest from the 90s. I was born in 1990. So would I have known about this game? Daniel, tell me more. Warhammer Quest, where can I find it? So yeah, this is just extra rules and stuff for the game. You got some special rules for extra things that can happen in the actual thing. Alternate game modes, survival horror mode, which is going to be quite cool. Arrange mode. So you've got some extra modes in here. So that does add variety to the game. I do like the fact that they're adding extra modes in here. Total Talk says, yes, Descent, but updated slightly. Yeah, so yeah, it's something I definitely want to try out. I haven't actually tried it yet, Imperial Assault, but I've heard it's very, very good because it's based on that sort of system. So it's definitely something I want to try out. It's like Hero Quest, but updated. Hero Quest. What an absolute game that was. Very, very popular back in the 90s. And there was an awesome advert where he's like, broadsword, like proper British style advert. Yeah, so Warhammer Quest was about 97. Well, I've missed that completely. 1997, wow. Hero Quest was a great game. Yeah, Jamie, I agree. Justin, if you like anime, Heart of the Crown is a really well-made deck-building game. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if you saw Epic 7 Arise, Justin. It's like an anime sort of style cartoon board game that came out recently on Kickstarter. That looks really, really good. Epic 7 Arise. Go and have a look at that. But yeah, 97. Yeah, so 1997 is when Warhammer Quest came out. I'll have to have a look at that. There's got to be a few YouTube videos lying around for Warhammer Quest 97, surely. I'll have to have a look at this after this stream, I think. But yeah, thanks for joining, all of you lot. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure how you found. Have you found this? Are you subscribed? Everybody who's chatting now, are you subscribed to the channel? If you haven't, please do so. But if you have, then you're a Flesh and Blood fan as well. I'm taking. So thanks for joining. And yeah, we're all in this together. It's all about absolute geeking out, isn't it? You know, board and card games are the way forward, I think. Oh, bird. Did you hear that bird in the background then? No, he's not shutting up now. Shut up. Stupid thing. There's a great Judge Dredd game. Oh, is that new as well? Was that Kickstarter as well? Judge Dredd game. I haven't actually heard about that one, actually. The Judge Dredd one. I haven't heard of it. So, yeah, going back to this. This is cool. You got alternate game modes and everything. So, yeah, I mean, going back, you got hard mode, nightmare mode, knife-only mode. So, yeah, there's some good challenges in here by the looks of it. Operation Mad Jackal, which is basically the... Operation Mad Jackal is the survival... No, it's like the... what is it? It's the Mercenaries mode, isn't it? People that have played Resident Evil 3, correct me, but Mad Jackal mode is the Mercenaries mode where you have to just... Well, you've got something implanted in your body, and you have to keep killing things to increase the time that you've got to get back to the medical bay where you can remove it. So that's quite a cool little game style. So Mad Jackal. So yeah, this is where all the variety is, really. This is where all the variety is in the game, and it's just a shame that they don't include this with the actual game. So that's a bit sucky, but you know, that's Kickstarter projects for you. So yeah, that is definitely piquing my interest. This little box here is where all the variety is. Mercenaries. Total Talk says Mercenaries. Yeah, so that is this is the Mercenaries mode. Is the Mad Jackal mode, right? I used to absolutely love Mercenaries mode. I used to play the hell out of that when I was small. Who did you used to be, Total Talk? Who was your mercenary of choice? When you went onto the Mercenaries, Resident Evil 3, who did you be? I was always Carlos because of the assault rifle. I was always Carlos because he had an assault rifle and he had an assault rifle and a pistol, didn't he? I think, or did he not? But yeah, it was easy, medium, and hard mode basically. So if you were Carlos, you had like a assault rifle. And I think you also had a pistol. If you were Mikhail, you had a bazooka and a shotgun, which was basically like easy mode because you could just solo Nemesis. If Nemesis came charging out of the alleyway, you could just shoot him with a bazooka twice, and he's dead. And then you get like a minute extra for your time, if I remember correctly. So Mikhail was easy mode, 100%, and then Nikolai was just absolutely death mode. You know, trying to be Nikolai on this game was ridiculous. You only had a knife and like a weird handgun, which could like pop off people's heads and stuff quite easily. So yeah, it's interesting to see that they're including that as well. I don't know what this is. This is like a double-sided board. So I don't know what this will be used for. That's like a flaming car park, and that's like a ruined. Don't know what that is. I can't really see that. Can you? Don't know what that's alluding to, really. Oh, is this the post office thing where you have to go up the stairs and that? I can't remember. Maybe. Total Talk saying, yeah, Carlos was medium difficulty. Yeah, so Carlos was always my favourite when I used to play Mercenaries. Yeah, Mikhail, as I mentioned, was easy, and Nikolai was hard. So yeah, that was always fun. Yeah, so now we've got the miniatures of this particular expansion, and a few more enemy types, which is good. Let's just get this out. What's all this on the back here? Oh wow, these all the names of the people that backed it. No way. That is so cool. My name's got to be on there, surely. Oh, it's got to be on there. I have to try and find it now. Oh, where is it? That is so cool. No way is it on there. Need to try and find it. It's going in alphabetical order. Need to try and find it. S. Oh, there's loads in there. I don't know where my name will be, but yeah, that's cool. That's a cool touch. That is a cool touch. Let's get this out. There we go. Yeah, so there's not much in this box really. I want to see if my name's on there, but it's not. There's so many names on there. It's like It's like PS up to Z. PSZ, PSTZ, PSR. Yeah, my name's not going to be on there. That's a shame. Never mind. Maybe there's a person out there who's got my name on their box. We'll see. That's the pledge names. It's first name alphabetical, including the core. The core box has it as well. I did not know that. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Oh yeah, I see it. It's on the inside of the box, isn't it? So my name will be on there. Hopefully, we'll see. So yeah, in this box you get obviously some more stuff. You get some more event cards and some more enemy cards and some more sort of items and stuff. I don't know what that is. I'll have to have a look at that in a bit. And then we got some crows, little crow miniatures, which is quite good, quite cool. Then we've got I've got 4 crows. Then we've got 2 spiders, which is horrific. Look at those. That was the enemy that I did not like encountering. And you used to go down in the into the sewers below the restaurant, and they used to be climbing on the walls. It was horrific, absolutely horrific. And then we got some brain suckers, which I don't really know what these are based on, because the other ones were like giant mutated fleas. But I don't quite know what these are. Maybe like cockroaches or something, or some sort of insect. I don't know what they're based on. And of course we've got the different heroes in there as well, different characters that you can be in the game as well, which is quite cool. So yeah, there's loads of extra stuff in there. So that's cool. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to have a look at this. Have a look at this. Outside of the box thing now, see if my name's on there. That is so cool. That is so cool. So yeah, did anybody else back any, did anyone else back any of the other extra stuff, like the City of Ruin or the Raccoon City Resident Evil 2 tiles? Because I didn't. I only got the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, which was obviously this box, the alternative character skins, and the core box. So what did everyone else do? I found my name on the big box. Oh, have you? Nice, Jamie. I'm gonna have to look for you as well now. Problem is, my box has still got all of the stuff in it, so I'm gonna have to do it probably another time. Let's have a look now. Fuck it. I should be fairly close to the start of the A section because I'm AARON. So on the box, I'm not going to be called Az. I'm going to be called Aaron. So I've got AA in my name. So maybe it'll be easy to find. I'm going to knock over my microphone in a minute. C D. Oh, microphone's off balance now because I've knocked it. B A. Here we go. Here we go. There's a lot of Aarons on there. Right at the top. Okay, so I'm going to do loads of shout outs now because I'm just reading out my name to see where it is. There's a lot of Aarons on there. The whole top line is basically Aarons. So we've got we've just got Aaron with no surname, Aaron Babin, Aaron Case, Aaron Chadwick, Aaron Crutchfield, Aaron Drew, Aaron Fox, Aaron Garza, Aaron Hart, Aaron Hicks. I'm not on there unless I'm Aaron Luke. There he is, Aaron Luke Francis. Wow, there you go. Well, actually, they spelt my name wrong. Wow, I've got a typo on my name. It's Aaron like Francis. Look at that. Would you have a look at that? So if you've got the box in front of you, if you read the top line, you'll see Aaron like Francis. So I've actually got a typo on my name on this box. That is hilarious, isn't it? Because my full name is Aaron Luke Francis, and they spelt it Aaron like Francis. So it's in between Aaron Lawson and Aaron Lopez. That is hilarious. Aaron like Francis. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. I've got a typo on the permanent box. That is fantastic. So I'm looking at the chat now. I found my name on the big box. So, yeah, well done, Jamie. I'll have a look for you later. Jamie, you've also got just the basic Kickstarter as well, so that's fair enough. You'll have to tell me how your games go. Little Nibbler 93, welcome to the chat. Just got in. How different is the contrast of the titles compared to 2? Oh, the tiles compared to 2. I'll get those back out for you in a minute. Little Nibbler 93. Total Talk is saying it looks a lot better, Little Nibbler, but I don't have it in person yet. Oh, there you go. There's your clarification. It does look a lot better than the Resident Evil 2 tiles, and apparently the Resident Evil 2 tiles, the Resident Evil 2 game was very good. So I'm very interested to see how this plays as well. Jamie Sample, mine says Jamie Lee Sample. Okay, well at least you've got your a correct name. Mine as a typo. Little Nibbler says, cool, appreciate it. So thanks for Total Talk for clarifying the tile quality. Thank you. And then, yes, just catching up to the chat. Total Talk saying, Typex your name, or typo my name. Yeah, it's just outrageous, really. Absolutely outrageous. Sorry, I've got loads of gunk in my throat because I've ate at McDonald's earlier today. But yeah, Aaron like Francis on the box. So, yeah, I'm taking that as a win. You know, I'm taking that as a win because a typo of my name is just hilarious on the actual box. So I'll take that as a win. So should we get the tiles out for Little Nibbler? You can have a look then, can't you? Let me just get all this crap out of the box first. Just got stuff everywhere at the moment. So yeah, you got obviously a couple of cases, obviously stuff to put your miniatures and tokens and stuff in. So you got a Game Genic tray. You got these, which you can stick on the wheels for like bullets and stuff. You got some cards. Got some more cards there. You got Nemesis version 2 and Nemesis version 1 there. You've got a underground tunneler worm thingy. The dice, obviously. Then you got some zombies and the heroes, zombie dogs and zombie fleas. Then we have the scenario book. You got some cool stuff on the back there. It's like very much like the old sort of track sheets of the old games back in the day. You used to write on the back of the rule books and stuff. Light SG1, thanks for joining the chat. Is the tiles the same sides as the tiles on the Resident Evil 2 one? Is the tiles the same sides as the tiles on the Resident Evil 2 one? I wouldn't be able to clarify. Actually what that is because I do not own the Resident Evil 2 box. But I'll show you the tiles now. Sharky1337, thank you for doing this unboxing. That is no problem whatsoever, Sharky. How did you find me? I'll be interested to know. Have I just popped up on your feed or something, Resident Evil? Or what? Are you a Flesh and Blood fan? Because this channel really is about Flesh and Blood content, the TCG. But I'm just doing this for a crack to see how it goes. But everyone is being so responsive, so thank you very much for joining. And here are the tiles, so you can see them now. This is one of them. There's a little bit of glare on the tile. Let me see if I can sort that out. There we go. It's a little bit better, isn't it? Still don't have professional lighting in this joint. But it's getting there. So yeah, we got this tile here. So you want to have a look at the back of the tile, right? So you flip it over, and it's different. So it's almost like you've got one version of the room, and then you flip it over, and you've got an in flames version of the room, by the looks of it. So you've got normal version, and then in flames version. By the looks of it. So yeah, a little bit of variety there in those tiles. Here's the next one. So I'll flip these over now actually because obviously it's quite interesting to see what's on them. So yeah, this looks like the Raccoon City Police Department, and obviously in these you've got these little biohazard signs as well. They look a lot brighter from here than the Resident Evil 2 game. So that's good to know, I guess. Again, this webcam is not fantastic quality. Let me just see if it makes a difference if I go to full screen. So bear with me one moment. Let me see if I can just go to full screen. My mouse ran out of battery. Yeah, it has. Brilliant. I have to use a trackpad. The trackpad is garbage on this laptop. It really is. I think we should go to the main talking head screen, and let's see if this is any better quality. Can you see that? Yeah, that's much better, right? Much better quality of the... Oh, it's gone out of focus a little bit now for some reason. Come back into focus, damn it. Why is it out of focus? Yeah, there we go. There you go, look. So that's pretty cool. Yeah? So this is the Raccoon City Police Department by the looks of it. So you've got the main hall down here. A couple of corridors. I don't know what those yellow things are. So yeah, you got that. And you got obviously on the back side there, you've got more Raccoon City out the front there. You got sort of Raccoon City cars on fire and stuff. So I think that's where you fight Nemesis, or where Nemesis kills Brad, maybe in the Resident Evil 3 game at the start. The One Green Man has joined the chat. Fancy seeing you here, Sharky. The One Green Man says, "What's up?" So hello, the One Green Man. Thanks for joining the chat. And they look great, Tortle Talk says. Yes, I'll show you some more. So there you go. Again, Raccoon City Police Department there. The bottom left. Bottom left is this one here. So that's where you find the card key, I think, to unlock some of the other areas of Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2, I think, or Resident Evil 3. No, you do visit the. You do visit the police department in Resident Evil 3, don't you? Because Nemesis comes charging through the windows at you. And you got some more stuff here. So look at that. There we go. Look at that police car. That's well cool on the left. I'm getting my lefts and rights mixed up because it's inverted on the screen. And then you got, what's that in the bottom corner? What's this? What's that down there? What is that? So that's just like in the middle of the city tile, just walking through the city. So that's quite cool. They look great. Yes, I've read that already. That is cool. Light SG1 says. So thank you. So again, if you lot could tell me, do any of you play Flesh and Blood? Are you on this channel or on this stream now because you like Flesh and Blood content, or have you just found this video on your feed? Let me know. Because I don't recognise any of your names, because you haven't entered any of the Flesh and Blood giveaways that I do. So yeah, I'd be interested to know where you guys have come from, or girls, or wherever you've come from. Ferdinand van der Hark, thanks for joining the chat. Next to the new tiles for this game, they also made a lighter set for the Resident Evil 2 board game, so you can replace the dark ones. Yeah, so that's true. You can get because they did it, didn't they? They did a Ferdinand van der Hark. They did a Resident Evil 2 tile set, didn't they? As an optional purchase for like $10 or something. They did like a Resident Evil 2 tile set that you could buy, which is apparently lighter, according to Ferdinand there in the chat. So, yeah, so we've also got some more stuff here. So this is much better lighting. I should have just used this bloody camera the whole time. But for everybody who's joining now, you're getting some good stuff, some good insight into what's going on here. Jason Sample found this on the feed. Jason, Sharky, getting more excited each day for this to show up. So Drazarin in the chat now as well. So thank you, Drazarin, for joining the chat. All these new faces in the chat, fantastic. You found me in the feed, so that's cool. So you must like, I'm speaking to Jamie here, you must like Resident Evil 3, survival horror sort of stuff, so I guess YouTube recommended this video. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much, good to have you here. And if you would like and subscribe to the channel, that would be fantastic. Albeit, at the moment, it's very much a Flesh and Blood channel. So Flesh and Blood is a TCG, a new TCG, it's come out. But based on the engagement that I'm getting from these videos, or this stream in particular, we might see more of board game content in the future. If you guys, girls, and whatever you might be out there, are board game fanatics, Maybe we'll see more board game stuff on the channel. We'll see. So let me just read through the comments here. Found this on the feed. Andrew Donnelly, welcome to the chat. Nice little regular, Andrew. Thanks for joining again. You are amazing. I guess I need to fix all the new faces issue you're having. As glad new people are joining in. Yes. So Andrew has been an avid member of the chat for a while, both on this channel and my last channel. So yeah, thanks for stopping by again, Andrew. Yet again, thanks for supporting me. You're a legend. And Total Talk says, Resident Evil fan here, but I'm also a big tabletop gamer. So yeah, again, what I was saying earlier is, and if you watch Red Zone Rogue's videos, if you're a Flesh and Blood fan, he was saying that there's so much crossover between nerds these days. I'm a massive nerd. You know, as you can see in the background, I've got Magic the Gathering cards, I've got Flesh and Blood cards, I've got this game in front of me, which I'm showing you now. I'm also sat in front of a IKEA unit that is full of board games. I've also got loads of screens around me because I play a lot of PC games as well. I grew up playing like Rome Total War, loads of strategy games and what have you, and I love that sort of stuff. I want to get back into playing Divinity Original Sin 2 because I picked that game up and was absolutely addicted to it for like 72, 94 hours, and then I just didn't have the time for it, so I need to pick that up again. That's a very good game. But yeah, I'm a massive nerd, and it's good to see everyone else in the chat are massive nerds, and there's some crossovers going on as well, so that's cool. So yeah, Total Talk says, Resident Evil fan here, but I'm also a big tabletop gamer, so that's cool to know. Daniel's just said, yeah, just seen you on my feed, so that's cool. Again, it's good to see that YouTube is actually recommending videos that people might enjoy. So yeah, that's good to know, Daniel. Thanks for letting me know. Your video was shared to the Resident Evil board game community Facebook group. Was it now? That's interesting. Your video was shared to the Resident Evil board game community Facebook group. Wow, that explains a lot. That explains why everybody's in the chat watching this. You should do a solo playthrough of the Resident Evil 3 board game. Well, there's another video for another time. I do have the setup to be able to do it. So who knows? Maybe we'll do a Resident Evil 3 playthrough at some point. Albeit a lot of my table space is occupied with other things at the moment. But definitely, yeah, we'll definitely do that at some point. I'm just reading through the chat right now because you guys are awesome. And then Ferdinand says, I shared the link. A lot of fans are waiting for this. So that's awesome. Thank you, Ferdinand, for that. That's really, really cool. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's just have a look. We got some more tokens here. We've got tokens. So yeah, we've got... Oh, this is cool. This little thing here is like your life, isn't it? Your life on Resident Evil is sort of dictated to by the what is it? You're fine if you've got a green line. It's like caution and danger, isn't it? Is it fine, caution, and danger? Is it the statuses of Resident Evil? So yeah, you got those, which is really cool. That is a really, really cool little premise. Yeah, it says on the bloody token what it is. It says danger, caution, and fine. I wasn't just being stupid. It is actually on there. I could have just read it. But there we go. So we've got a couple of stuff on here. We've got assault rifle ammo, shotgun ammo, grenade launcher. So these are quite cool. Little tracks for keeping your ammo. You've got some doors there, some open doors. You've got a couple of other tokens, which I don't know what they are at the moment. Because I haven't read through the rules. You've got some blood splatter tokens. You've got ink ribbons as well, which is quite cool. In the bottom, middle of the bottom there. Ink ribbons to save your game and stuff. Total Talk, sub to you, dude. Thanks for this unboxing. That's fine, no problem, Total Talk. If you've got a channel, if you do some stuff, I will sub to you as well. So thank you very much for subbing. Albeit this is again generally a Flesh and Blood channel for Flesh and Blood TCG, but as a response of this video, I'll probably be doing more. We'll see. So yeah, got some tokens there, and we have some more tokens and some more stuff there on the back. Loads of tokens, open doors and stuff. Yeah, so we got all that. You've seen all that. And then we got some other things as well. Or we've had a tile fall out there. We've got a tile fall out. Hello. So yeah, we've got some fire tokens. We've got some weird sort of markers up there. I don't know what they're used for. Maybe mercenary things or something. I don't know. And then we got the this big tile here, which is just like, I think it's maybe the last boss battle potentially. But yeah, as you can see, that lighting is so much better, isn't it? There you go, look at that. So you can see everything on there, 100%. So yeah, that's all the tile stuff. All the tile stuff. Does anybody want to see anything else that you haven't seen yet from when you joined? Does anybody want to see anything else? Let me know in the chat. So I've gone through the tiles, and again, I was unboxing this using the top-down camera, and that top-down camera lighting isn't great. Obviously, this is the best camera, this one here. So if anybody wants to see anything else, let me know. So we've got some dice. Shit. We've got some dice. Got some cards, which are quite cool. So they have the little door thing on there. Do you remember that? When you used to walk through the door in Resident Evil 3, and there used to be a zombie that pops out in your face. That's that used to scare the living hell out of me when you used to walk through the door, and it used to be like, doo, doo, and there's a zombie just like, I was like, oh no, god damn it. Sharky, haha, sorry, but yes, great to see you guys at the One Green Man and Drazarin, currently at work, but have this playing on mute to glance at when I can. So thank you, Sharky, for that. Show them the character cards. The character cards. Okay, so let's get the cards out, shall we? If you care about your games, do not open this with your mouth. That's for sure. I missed the first 45 minutes myself. We'll rewatch the full video later, Drazarin says. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. That'll be fantastic. And again, thanks for joining the chat. It's great to have you all here. Where are you from? All these new faces. Where are you from in the world? Where are you? Obviously, if you haven't guessed, I'm from the UK. Whereabouts are you from? I'm trying to open this bloody packet. Where's my knife gone? I'm not going anywhere fast with this method. And I bet you the character cards won't even be in here. Oh yeah, show us Advanced Barry and the Magnum card if you could. Advanced Barry and the Magnum card. So Advanced Barry is actually in the other box. So I will get that out in a sec. And the Magnum card. The Magnum card. Will that be in the base game? Drazarin's from US, Ohio. So what time is it in the US, Ohio right now? What time is it over there at the moment? Because it's 20 past 9 in the evening over here. Jamie is from Middlesbrough. Yep, so that's cool. UK. US Seattle from Sharky1337. Cool, some more US. Total Talk from Leicester, UK. Nice to see you. And then we've got Daniel from Scotland, Glasgow. Nice, lovely old job. So right old mixture going on. Love it. So yeah, we got some cards. They smell lovely, don't they? Oh, I wish I could portray the smell of the actual cards coming out of the box here. Light SG1, Northern Ireland. So yeah, a lot of UK, Great Britain participants, which is a lovely old job, isn't it? 4:20 in the afternoon over in the US, Ohio. Interesting. Thanks, Drazarin, for that. Interesting to see where people are from and what sort of world they're living in right now. And then 13:20 here for me in Sharky. That's amazing, isn't it? How the US has different time zones because it's such a massive country. It's just so interesting. So yeah, we got all of these are event cards. You can't even see them now because I'm on the wrong camera and my mouse has run out of battery, so I have to switch to the. So you've got event cards, obviously. I don't know how to do this really, but you got those event cards going on. I don't even know the rules really. Nemesis, charge. Oh, that's a Nemesis stage. Oh, you can see the back of the card. So let's have a look. I should probably learn how to do this more often. So what are these then? So these door cards. What are those? Anybody correct me as to what the door cards are? Ferdinand van der Haak. I am 32 minutes behind. I am from Hoofddorp, the Netherlands. I've probably butchered that, haven't I? That's awful pronunciation by me there. The Netherlands. I'd love to go there. I really would. So I mean, it's just so interesting just seeing people in different parts of the world just participating. That is what these streams are all about, really, isn't it? Just seeing where other people are in the chat and just seeing what lives people are living, really. That's why I do this, because it's just so much fun. Plus, we got cool board games and stuff. I'm not even talking about the game now, am I? These are cool. So if you remember these sort of quick time events in the game, these will give you like sort of choices to make, I imagine. I'm not going to spoil it for myself. So you've got these door cards. Don't know what those do. You got these Resident Evil board game cards. Don't know what those are. Oh, they're the character cards. Right, I see. So that's what you want to see, right? Let's have a look. Okay. So the character cards. Talk. You're saying... So Jamie is saying event cards. Yeah, so the event cards are the door ones, right? Because you got all clear. So obviously nothing happens when you get an all clear, which is always good to see in a game like this, right? Because obviously the door and event cards screw you over big time, I imagine. Then you've got the these sort of choice cards or tension cards. Is that what they are? Door cards are tension cards. Looks like there's some boss behavior cards in there too. Yeah, so these are quite cool. These is what I was alluding to with regards to the choice cards that you have in the game as well in Resident Evil 3. When you see this sort of color palette flash up, it gives you like a split second to make a decision, which is a really, really cool part of the game. So it's good to see that they've included these mechanics in there as well, which is nice. So yeah, you can either choose different things, and obviously different things happen to you as a result, which is quite cool. So what did Sharky? What did you say? Show us the advanced Barry and the Magnum card if you can, please. Right, yes, I'll try and get to that. I'm just faffing about at the moment. And then we've got what other cards we have. These umbrella ones. What do they do? What are these? Oh, they're... So you obviously got enemy cards in there as well. Zombies. Nemesis Stage 1, Nemesis Stage 2. Obviously, zombie dogs and disease zombie and zombies. So you've got the enemy cards there as well. Sharky1337. Can't wait to dig into those event cards during my campaign. Absolutely love live events made it into the game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you remember playing the original Resident Evil 3 game, the original one, not the remake, you did have those quick time events, didn't you, where you had to make a decision there and then something can happen to you. And it was the first decision that you come across was quite an easy one to make, wasn't it? It was either fight the monster or run into the police station, because Nemesis had just literally picked up Brad by the throat and then shot the tentacle into his mouth, and it just and it all flaps around the side of his head like that. And then after that scene, you then have to choose to either fight the monster, which at the time seems like a stupid idea, or run into the police station. So that is a fantastic inclusion into the game, is having those quick time events. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And then you've got some behavior cards of like the Gravedigger and Nemesis Stage 2. So I imagine they're like attack cards that they do when you fight them, which is interesting. That's similar to how the Dark Souls board game works. Is your enemy cards do have behavior, so you can sort of predict their moves and stuff to a certain degree. And you know what you're coming up against, sort of thing, as you play more and more. So that's cool. So let's have a look, see if we can find this Magnum card quickly. Will that be in the base game, the Magnum, or not? Will that be in the other stuff? Will that be... Oh, it'll be in the other game, surely. I'm not sure. I need to open all these anyway, so let's open them all anyway. Jamie says, rest in peace, Brad Vickers. Oh, yeah, what a horrible way to go. What a horrible way to go. Do you imagine in his final moments, he felt the tentacle in his throat? That sounds disgusting, doesn't it? That sounds absolutely vile. What do you think? Do you reckon he felt anything, or do you reckon he just died without actually feeling anything? What do you think? Sharky says Steamforged games really nailed down the boss mechanics for Dark Souls and Resident Evil games. Yeah, so I agree. The sort of behavior deck of each boss is a very, very cool thing. to include, especially with these video game adaptations. I'm assuming they'll probably do something similar in the Monster Hunter game as well. Has anybody backed the Monster Hunter game? Has anybody done that? I haven't. I'm not sure if you missed my rant earlier with regards to what is included in these Steamforged games, but I didn't back the Monster Hunter game sheerly because I didn't feel like there was enough of the actual Monster Hunter experience in the core game. It just felt like you had to buy all of the additional extras to get all the good stuff. I don't know how you feel about that, people in the chat. Needle Rats, welcome to the chat. Thanks for tuning in. You received yours today, so you're excited to get into it. Yeah, it's always exciting receiving a new game and just getting into it. I agree. So yeah, let's definitely get into it and do what I'm doing. Just enjoying and reveling in these games and the nostalgia that it brings with it. Magnum should be in the base game, Sharky is saying. I know the Samurai Edge was included in the last escape box. Samurai Edge? What's that? What's Samurai Edge? What is Samurai Edge? That doesn't ring any bells to me. Smaller card. Alright, I'm holding these cards now. I'm just messing around with them. So yeah, we've got shotgun. Let's try and see what we got. Shotgun. So there's multiple shotguns. Assault rifle. Grenade launcher. Eagle 6.0. Is that the Eagle 6.0 is Nikolai's weapon, isn't it? Is that Nikolai's weapon, the Eagle 6.0? What are you saying, Sharky? Yeah, Monster Hunter was interesting, focused on boss fights, but then the adventuring was dedicated to book entries. Yes, that's interesting. That seems like a bit of a cop-out, is the fact that when I was looking at the gameplay videos of Monster Hunter, it was very much the boss is the main sort of premise of the game, but then if you want to do the sort of exploring, it's basically just choose your own adventure, which I think was a bit of a cop-out. Needle Rats is saying Resident Evil 1 game on Kickstarter 2 according to the box in the flyer. Yeah, so I went through that at the very start of the video. So thanks for mentioning that. I will actually bring that out now, Needle Rats. So thank you very much. I'll show you that now. Wherever it's gone. Oh, there it is. So yeah, if you didn't see this earlier, this is a good mention by Needle Rats. So thanks for that. Resident Evil 1 game on the Kickstarter 2 according to the box flyer. So this was in the actual game, this little thing, and I was like, what is that about? Why is there a picture of the mansion from Resident Evil 1? Why is that in there? Why is that in the box? And then you turn it over, and as Needle Rats precisely said there, Resident Evil, the board game, coming autumn 2021 to Kickstarter. Of course it would be. Look at the focus. It's actually working for once. So yeah, in this box comes with a little flyer. Thanks for mentioning that, Needle Rats, to all the people that have joined late and didn't get to see it earlier. But yeah, there is a Resident Evil board game coming out in autumn this year. So stay tuned for that if you want to be wandering around a mansion instead. So yeah, that's quite cool. So going back to that, it's the handgun. Yeah, so it is a handgun. What we were talking about just then is the Eagle 6.0 is the handgun. Is that what the handgun that Mikhail uses? I can't remember. Eagle 6.0. Oh, I'm going down the chat too quickly. Samurai Edge is the Stars Beretta pistol. Card stats for the board game are fantastic. I'll have to look at that in a moment. Albert Wesker's gun is Samurai's Edge. Ah, I see. Right, okay. Eagle 6.0 is actually a super pistol. You had to earn points for it by defeating Nemesis during the video game encounters. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all, but there you go. Light SG1 is saying, hope that Steamforged Games makes Dino Crisis. Wow, what a shout that is. They've got to, haven't they? Surely. I think it was more of a cult hit though, wasn't it? Dino Crisis was more of a cult hit rather than an actual hit. So it can go either way, I think, with that. But I think there's enough fans out there that would buy a Dino Crisis game, plus any other fans that like dinosaur dungeon crawls. It could be a good market, potentially. So you might be on something there. Light SG1. Super stoked for the remake board game campaign. I've been dying for this one to finish out the trilogy. So yeah, that'll be good. So you'll have Sharky. You'll have every single Resident Evil game then to the collection. So that's brilliant. Talk. You're saying that's another chunk of change. SVG, SFG will be taking from me. Yep. So yeah, everyone's up for the Resident Evil original board game. That'll be interesting. Light SG1. So Talk is saying Light SG1. Just replace zombies with toy dinosaurs. That's a good idea. Yeah, just get out your toy dinosaurs and replace them instead with the same mechanics, and it'll do a stand-up job, I'm sure. Sharky is saying, yeah, I never got into Dino Crisis, despite being a massive Resident Evil fan, but I'd be down for a revival. Yeah, so again, I don't know where the market is at Dino Crisis. Again, loads of people love Resident Evil. Dino Crisis sort of fell behind a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, a lot of that nostalgia is coming back. So I think there's going to be a lot of rediscovery for Dino Crisis, because it's more of a cult game. So yeah, will we see Dino Crisis in the future? Will we see it? We will see. But it's a good shout from Light SG1 from Northern Ireland, if I remember correctly. So yeah, 6.0, we got the Eagle. Then we got a Western Custom M37, whatever that is. It's like a pump action shotgun, isn't it? Something. Here we go. Here's a Magnum. There's the Magnum. Not sure if you can really see that because it's not too much in focus. It's still focusing on me, really. But there is the Magnum. I've been talking for too long, and I've had no water or sustenance. And we've got some parts as well. So obviously in this game you can customize your weapons, I imagine. So you've got some parts. Parts. Spare keys. Don't know what they're for. Boutique key. So that's cool. You're getting some keys in here now. Lockpick. Lighter fluid. Old key. Stars key. Sapphire, so you can plug that into the statues and stuff. Emerald again, so you can plug that into the statues. Scrap of paper. Rusted hex cranks. There's so many good memories in here, you know, of trying to sort of run around the city, puzzling and piecing together sort of different sort of puzzles, you know, getting the hex crank in the thing to turn it. There was another thing where you had to get the lighter fluid and the lighter to then you combine them together, and then you light the oil rope on fire, which is tied to a door, so it allows you to go through it. So yeah, loads of that good stuff on this game as well, by the looks of it. What's the chat saying now? Jamie saying, let's hope the Resident Evil 1 board game doesn't take too long like Resident Evil 3. Yeah, well, I hope that the massive delay was only because of the, obviously, virus situation. So I'm hoping, yeah, maybe it's a quicker turnaround next time. Sharky is saying, look like 3 damage on most hits and 4 damage on the crit for the Magnum. Thank you. So if you want to have a look at the Magnum again, or is that enough information for you? And Talk says that shotgun is the Terminator 2 shotgun. Yeah, that is correct, isn't it? He gets out of the roses, doesn't he? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then there's a shot where he brings it out of the box, and then his foot steps on one of the roses. I remember the shot. Good shout. Needle Rats. With the C deck, are all cards in play from the start? With the C deck. What's the C deck? I don't know what the C deck is. Are all cards in play from the start? Can anybody else in the chat confirm Needle Rats' question there? With the C deck, are all cards in play from the start? Can anybody answer that question in the chat? I'm very much just discovering this game, but yeah, all these cards are quite cool. You obviously got more stuff here. You got compass, more items, Book of Wisdom, backdoor key, bezel key, silver gear, gold gear, winder key, precinct key, battery, lighter, first aid box. So you've got loads of items there. I'm not going to spoil everything for you because you obviously want to discover some of this game for yourself. But what I like about that is that you you still have all of the sort of puzzle pieces for each sort of area, which is quite cool. So I imagine that there'll be a certain amount of different items for the Raccoon Police Department, or a certain amount of items for the Bell Tower, or a certain amount of items for the Midtown area, or something like that. Sharky, mad props to Steamforged Games on getting Resident Evil 3 out with such minimal delay despite COVID. Yeah, of course, it's they've done what they can, I guess, in this whole situation. C-Deck are mission-specific cards. I believe C-Deck should consist of the 4 needed items needed to open up the clock tower scenarios, parts for the trolley. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question with regards to what you said, Needle Rats, there. But yeah, I'm sure when you get your hands on the rulebook, you'll be able to find out what is going on with regards to the setup. So yeah, as you've sort of pointed out there, you've got A, B, and C cards. So these, for instance, are B cards. As you can see there, you've got a B on them. So you've got a B on there. And then you've got S cards. As you can see, you've got S on there. And then you've got C. Is that what you're referring to? C cards. And then we've got B cards. I'm assuming we've got A cards in the other packs as well. Light SG1, there was Resident Evil 3 Jill costumes for Regina in Dino Crisis. Sadly, never got add to rights with Capcom, but hopefully someone makes a model and player cards for her. That'll be interesting to see. Regina, is it Regina? Is the name? Is it of the lady in Dino Crisis? But yeah, that would be cool. That would be nice to see that. Nice little altar, like a little altar art or something. Needle Rat saying, I saw they were all mission specific, but the scenario book doesn't say what goes with each scenario. There are quite a few cards. Yeah, so that's just the beauty of learning the game, isn't it? It's just so many things to learn, but I'm sure we'll all figure it out in the end. So yeah, that's one of the decks there. Let's have a look at this other one here, which has got these little unlocked sort of downtown stuff in them, and there's more sort of decks there that you can see. These are the items for the B sections, I think. Sharky is saying, I believe you simply draw a random C card when instructed to do at the last scenario of a city region. So yeah, I think as you go through each sort of area, you're going to be sort of getting these little pieces that will allow you to unlock different regions as you go through the scenario and go through the campaign. That's what it sounds like to me. I haven't read any of the rules yet, but I imagine that's the feel you're going to get. You're going to have to sort of go through each of the different areas, each of the different zones, and pick up the specific cards that allow you to go to the different areas in the game, by the looks of it. Jamie is saying, the good thing about this game is the game has good slots for different card types in the trays. Yeah, so with this game, in the Kickstarter version at least, you do get a game tray. So it allows you to segregate and separate all of the different card types that you've got in the game. So that's quite a good sort of little sticking point there. So yeah, we've got some more B cards in this little section. Got the A cards. A couple of examples here. We got assault rifle bullets, magnum bullets, shotgun shells, grenade rounds, gunpowder. So yeah, just loads of different things in here. I'm not going to spoil it all for you. First aid spray, which is quite nice. And then we have some token-esque sort of cards here, which are interesting. So you've got these cards, look. So you've got backdoor key, locked. So in order to go through this particular card, you have to get the backdoor key, and similar on the other side, you've got winder key, locked. So I guess you do have to get the specific item before you can go any further in the campaign, and maybe these cards will block your way until you have that item, potentially. So yeah, you've got other stuff here, like padlock, future compass, padlock, gas station shutter, city hall gate needs obviously the two gems. You got the spare keys, locked, boutique key, locked. So yeah, you're going to have different obstacles that you have to have the right item to get through, I imagine. So that's cool. And then you got these other ones as well. So you got little for the campaign map thing. You've got these that say locked RPD, unlocked RPD. So yeah, you got different areas. You got the Raccoon City Police Department. You've got the commercial areas of Raccoon City. Bollocks, I just dropped a card. You got the uptown areas of Raccoon City, and you got the downtown areas of Raccoon City as well. So lots of different areas going on. Let's just pick up that card, so I dropped it. So yeah, lots of different things going on. I mean, at first glance, when I opened the box earlier, I thought, what is going on? Where is everything? But I think the more you delve into the cards and the more you delve into the book and the scenarios and the extra content that you get with Kickstarter, you're going to be getting quite a bit out of this game, I think. But I do still feel like a lot of the variety comes in the Kickstarter edition thing that you got, the Last Escape box. So that was this box that you got, the Last Escape box. Talk is saying, I'm going to need to buy so many mini card sleeves. Yeah, I mean, they are absolutely essential, aren't they? The mini card sleeves. I mean, I've got absolutely loads of them for Eldritch Horror. I've got all of the expansions for Eldritch Horror. And you could... The sleeves for that game alone cost... loads of money to sleeve up to sleeve up the entirety of Eldritch Horror and all of its expansions cost an absolute bomb. But that is my favourite game of all time, Eldritch Horror, and I still have not even scraped the surface of all of the stuff in that game. So if you're a fan of sort of Cthulhu, sort of Lovecraftian horror, then go and check that out, because yeah, brilliant game. So yeah, obviously this is the little mini box thing that you get. So you get the Last Escape, which is basically just like a load of additional rules that you can use in your game. So yeah, you get loads of stuff in here. Like if you've played, I'm probably sort of going over the same stuff. That if you're still watching from the very start, I'm probably repeating myself a little bit more. But I just thought I'd go through a little bit more of this, because since we got a couple more viewers in tonight. But yeah, this just gives you loads of additional rules. As you can see there, you got sort of hard mode, nightmare mode, and knife only mode. Look at Nikolai; he's an absolute badass. Knife only mode. It's ridiculous. Then we got Operation Mad Jackal, which is what we were discussing earlier. Is like the Mercenaries mini game. On the end of the Resident Evil, once you complete Resident Evil 3, you got access to a Mercenaries mini game, where it's just basically kill as many zombies as you can, try and get to the exit because your heart is about to explode, basically. Then you got a range mode. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a range mode is. I can't remember what a range mode was. So you've got loads of additional modes in here. You got more alternative game modes. You've got survival horror mode. So I don't know what that is. Probably just more difficult, I guess. Where you have to try and avoid enemies rather than trying to fight them. You've got some more sort of special scenarios. You've got the burning building with Nemesis, special rules. You've got special rules for Into the Gravedigger's Nest. Loads of different things that you can do. Got new narrative event cards. So I think these event cards then only came in the... No, they didn't. No, they do actually come in the base game, but I haven't opened the cards for this yet, I don't think. No, so you get new event narrative event cards in this extra expansion. You also get some new enemies and some new gameplay rules. So you obviously got the crows, the giant spider, and the brain sucker. You got poison tokens as well, which are always horrible to deal with in any sort of game. Got some new characters and some advanced characters. So I think you said something about advanced characters earlier. Was it Sharky? You want to see what all the advanced characters were? Is that correct? So what do advanced characters actually do? That's the thing. So this expansion also includes alternate versions for some of the characters found in Resident Evil 3 board game. Advanced characters are designed to offer a different style of gameplay and to progress each character's individual narrative story. Advanced characters are unlocked as players progress through the campaign and replace the standard version of that character. When the condition of an unlock an advanced version of the character occurs, the players must immediately decide whether to replace the character with the advanced version or not. If the character is not replaced with their advanced version, the players will need to meet the condition again in order to do so. That's interesting. So why would you not want to advance your character? Is there a choice? Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to do that? What do you think? And then we've got the unlock requirements for... what did you want to know? Was it Barry? Barry's player may replace their character with Advanced Barry if any player draws the Magnum card after making a search action or the players fail a scenario. Interesting. Yeah, and obviously this game contents, shows you what you get there. You get all of the other characters there. You get your 2 brain suckers, your 2 spiders, and your 4 crows. Obviously, you've got more tiles, a couple more tiles, and obviously you've got the other characters, the advanced characters, and the new characters there, as well as some extra other cards for the other decks. Needle Rats is saying you can upgrade them during the game. It's a great idea. Yeah, so I do like the idea to upgrade your character. It's like if you ever played Zombicide. As your character kills more things, gets more experience, you get extra skills, which is quite good. So similar to Zombicide in that way, I think. Total Talk is saying advanced characters are alternate costumes and different rules from the basics. Cool. And you might not want to if you prefer the rules of the basic character. So okay, so you get different rule sets for different characters. That's cool. So obviously you have the choice of either sticking with your original skills or gaining some new ones. So obviously depending on the scenario, depending on what sort of situation you're in, could give you that extra sort of element of choice, which is quite good. So yeah, that's a plus, obviously. So yeah, we get that. So we get one little tile here. So I'll show you this because I didn't show you this earlier, I don't think. So we got this one, which just looks like a little bit of an arena to me, and then we got another nice sort of burning building as well. So I imagine Nemesis is going to be chasing you through there, I imagine. That's always going to be fun. Getting chased by Nemesis on Resident Evil 3 with the sort of jank controls and obviously the horrendous sort of PS1 style graphics was just the most horrifying experience ever as a child. I don't know about you guys, but I shit my pants when I was playing that game when I was little. But I still chose to play it. I still chose to carry on. I still chose to play that awesome game. Even though I was absolutely scared, lifeless, I still chose to play it on and on and on. So yeah, in this box you get obviously the miniatures there. So as you can see, you got all the characters. You got 2 spiders, 2 brain suckers, and 4 crows. So yeah, that's quite interesting. But yeah, that is pretty much the unboxing of Resident Evil 3 board game Kickstarter edition, including the Last Escape expansion and the Kickstarter exclusives. I will quickly show you the Kickstarter exclusive if you haven't actually seen them yet. So yeah, these are the Kickstarter exclusives. Just a little box with alternative costumes on. I think that is pretty much as far as it goes. Just the alternative molds for the characters. So as you can see here, you've got a couple of different molds there for your favourite characters. You've got a couple of Jills there, and a couple more sculpts for Carlos and the other mercenaries. You've got Mikhail with his bazooka as well. Look. So that's quite cool. So yeah, some nice little molds that you can use as an alternative. It's quite good. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. And of course, if you didn't see this at the very start, you obviously get this as well, which is quite interesting. The game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. It's a massive throwback to the original game, and of course, you've got this little map on the back as well. I didn't actually see this before, where you can obviously put your cards, and there's like a little time track on the side there, and it just gives you like a little overarching map, as it were, of where you are and what you want to be doing. So that's cool. It's a shame that this isn't really a board. It's more of like a reference. It's a shame that this thing here wasn't a board. It's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame that this is not a board. It should have been a board, I think, in my opinion. Even if it was a really, really thin board, it should have been a board, I think. I must have said board about 29 times in that sentence. But yeah, that's a cool little touch with regards to the explicit scenes of violence and gore. But I think this bit should have been a board. What do you think? I reckon it should have been. So that's that. And that's pretty much it, really. Pretty much it. Light SG1. How many names are there on the side of the box? On the side of the box, all the backers. There's absolutely loads of names on there. And if you didn't catch, the earlier debacle that was the names on the side of the box. My name's on the side. My name is on the side of the box, but my name is a type error. It's a typo. So on the box, my name is Aaron Luke Francis. That's my full name, Aaron Luke Francis. But on the box, they have put Aaron like Francis. So my name is actually a type error or a typo error on the actual printed box, which I think is hilarious. I absolutely love that. The fact that they've got my name wrong as a backer on the box is just a testament, really, isn't it, to how awesome it is. So yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, there's loads on the box there. You can see everybody's names on the box, I'm assuming, but my name was spelt wrong, which I thought was hilarious. Total Talk is saying, I'll be turning that into a board for sure. Good idea. How would you do that? Tell me, please. Ferdinand, all the backers, yes. I was on a late pledge. Mine won't be there. Ah, it's a shame. But at least they won't spell your name wrong. You know, I was a backer from the very, very beginning, and they spelt my name wrong. So cheers, Steamforged, for spelling my name wrong. Brilliant, good stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this out, and obviously because of the response that I've had. If you people in the chat, if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you want to like this video and hit the little bell notification, if you want to be notified of any future videos, that would be fantastic. I'm probably going to do more board game content if this is the sort of response that I'm going to be getting, albeit I think luck is on my side with regards to your good self, Ferdinand, sharing this video in the Facebook Resident Evil Facebook chat. So thank you very much for doing that. That was very, very kind of you. And it's been awesome having you all on here today and chatting about board games and chatting about this game in general, chatting about your experiences of where you are in the world and where you're from and what the time is over where you are. That is why I do this. That is why I do these streams, just to get to know and just see other people in the world as a fly. That's not just waving my hand for no reason. But yeah, I really, really enjoy doing this. Ferdinand van der Haak, did they also spell your name wrong on the transport box? Oh, let's have a look. That's interesting. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see if they spelt my name wrong on the transport box as well. They did indeed. They spelled it wrong on the transport box as well. That is hilarious. Maybe that's my fault then. Maybe I named myself wrong, and they, as a result, they put it on there. Let me show you. Just rip my address off quickly so you can't see that. So yeah, here it is. Here's the label, and they've done it there as well. Look, Aaron like Francis. Aaron like Francis. So yeah, it's probably my error. I'll probably on my GameFound account, because obviously when you pledge, you then get your GameFound credits. My GameFound account is probably wrong, so it's probably my fault, to be honest. But I just thought it was quite funny. It's cool to see your name on the box, even if they spelled it wrong. Yeah, I agree, Jamie. It is fun to see it on there, even though they spelled it wrong. I wonder if they knew that, though. But yeah, they've just done it as they've seen it, haven't they? There's probably like an automated system that puts pledges' names onto the graphic, and they didn't actually check it. But it's also the fact that they've sent it to me as Aaron like Francis is also funny. They must have just thought, yeah, that's his name. So fair play. Thanks for the unboxing. Cheers, Talk, for joining. Thank you very much for joining. Please consider subscribing if you're a fan of just general geek content. This channel might even become just more general geek stuff. You know, again, at the moment, it's mainly the Flesh and Blood card game, TCG. So if you're fans of that, definitely hang around for that. But yeah, thank you. It's been awesome. Ferdinand van der Haak, there are 2,000 people in the Facebook community, and you are the first with an unboxing video. So this content will be watched a lot, I think. So yeah, that's cool. That's really, really cool. I mean, I just got my box today, and I thought, yeah, why not? Let's do a stream. Let's give it a go. See how many people tune in, and who knows? Maybe I might do more, solo playthroughs or playthroughs of this game at a later stage. I don't know, but I just thought, yeah, what a cool way to spend a Wednesday night, just unboxing a game and just seeing who's joining. So thanks to Ferdinand for sharing the video. You're a legend. Talk says the only solution to change your name is to match the box. Yeah, change my name to match the box. But yeah, I thought it was quite funny. I also did it by GameFound. Yeah, so GameFound is obviously the platform that you use to obviously buy the product once it's been released, I guess. But yeah, it's been awesome to have you all here. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I'm not going to do the outro. Well, I might do. Because yeah, again, this channel is all based on Flesh and Blood content. But yeah, if you want to look at a new trading card game, if you're a fan of other trading card games, you might be. If you sort of ventured here from other sort of geeky mediums, then go and check it out, see what it's like. But it's been a pleasure having you all on here. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, even if it is just supporting me from what you've seen today. That would be fantastic. I probably will do some form of gameplay video in the future. Again, yeah, thanks Ferdinand. You're saying you are welcome, and thank you for this video. That's right, no problem. I hope you got something out of it, and if you joined late, Ferdinand, you can always go back and watch the rest of the stuff. But I hope I covered enough for you, and hopefully gave you a nice insight into the game. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their evening or their day, depending on where they are in the world. And yeah, please make sure you like and subscribe. Hit a little bell notification. You won't be notified of any future videos. I have been Az, also known as Aaron like Francis to the Steamforged community. And that's me signing off for the night. So peace and prosperity to all. And we'll see you hopefully on the next video. Peace.